that will help to save life. Again, if you want to donate, please you can donate to the following numbers: 081 790 760, or better still 0777 65 73 32. Samaro, good evening to you. How you doing, sir?
Thank you, Chris. And let me quickly go to our team song. Sorry, we have you have to be waiting today. I'm here with you. What's the team song? Quickly. Um,
When freedom raised her glowing form on Mount Sorato's verdant height, she sat within a doom of a night, met lowering stars and thunderstorms, the star of liberty, unceasing from the waking morn, its banner shield of golden flame, she lifted it in her proud name, and raised her people long forlorn to know their destiny. The Lone Star forever, the Lone Star forever, oh long may it soar over land and over seas, deserted nor never, uphold it forever, oh shout for the Lone Star banner. Oh, yeah.
so we want to welcome all of you, wherever you are watching us from. We want to say welcome to this all important program. This is the Friday edition of the New Beginning program. And those of you who are on the social media, we want you to follow us and please share this program. We'd love for you to share this program with others and don't go anywhere. Stick and stay around because we have so much tonight to discuss. So please stay with us. And Chris is here. He has been here for some time now. I happen to be here today, and we hope we can have a wonderful, wonderful program. Please share the program, share with friends, and share with family members, and share with everybody that you know so that we can do it together. Thank you so much for being here. Chris, and how you doing, Christopher?
And I'm grateful to God to be counted among the living, and also like we speak for, and we want to bless God that the country is safe and sound. Again, we are here again. To
Oh,
another
yeah, we have a
brand new
thank you.
weekend.
Chris is saying we are here again. I hope he's saying this in a very good way. Thank you, Christopher. And Christopher, you also will want to go over that. And I mean, what Christopher said about the contribution, whatever you can contribute, We are actually raising money to help with the rehabilitation of our brothers and sisters. We have raised some money, it's in the bank, and we need you to also help in the process. We identify the institution of government that is responsible, and then we can donate that money for the use of the rehabilitation of youth. We're not joking, we are very serious and join us in this endeavor. We are encouraging all of you that listen to our program, that follow us, our followers, those of you that enjoy this program, join us in this endeavor. We really, really want you to be with us and help us do that. We can't do it without you. And so we'll continue to read those numbers and hopefully that we can do it together. So again, folks, we want you to continue to share the program with others, so that way somebody have access. Sorry, somebody have access to the program as well. So please share. Let me make a little good. Probably can use another one. Let me see this one. All right. Thank you so much again, and thank you for joining us. So, Chris, we've been talking about, and I thank you so much also for being in there today. I'm not too well, so I have to cut off from work. I'm home, and I said, "Well, I have to be here with you." So I don't want you, Chris, to say, "Oh, is it because Columbia is a spell? That's why you're here today." No, that's not the reason. It's not the reason. Not because Yeke Columbia, former District 10 representative, was expelled from the parliament that I'm here. Probably we may discuss. We have people to call in, but we'll tell you how we want to do it. But I think we should go through our lesson. I know Chris have been here, and Chris have to connect me a little bit on the last presentation. It's not the Sunday, but I know we've been talking about Chris. I think we've been talking about another
Yeah,
thing I want to do.
values and norms. What would be
Values and norms. Very good. And it's our desire, it's our hope that when we do this presentation, we take our precious time to come here and talk to you. I hope somebody is actually learning, somebody is gaining knowledge, and that it can be able to share with another person. When you gain knowledge, you are empowered in so many ways. You are able to make informed decisions. You can be a great citizen. You can participate. You can get involved in society development, your community development, and you can do a great thing for your country. So our platform is here. It's not about politics. We usually want to remain very much focused on educating. You don't need politics. You don't need so much of politics. What our society needs is education. In the little way you can contribute as a citizen, please do that to help your nation, Liberia, to thrive and become a great nation. If I borrow the words of our president, President Trump, make America great, and I'll just maybe say slash make Liberia great. All right. So again, I want all of you to please remain focused. At the end of the program, we'll open lines and we'll have you to call in and participate. Your participation is very important. And we will want to ask you now that former lawmaker Yeke Koluba is out. We're not going to focus much on that. What we're going to do, we're going to talk about him. You will call in. Uh, we are not going to entertain negativity or negative stuff. Meaning, our program is going to entertain. It is in no way supporting anybody. We don't support anybody. In fact, it is the country is moving in a different direction, which is helping. I think, Chris, when we talk about values and norms, I think our teaching is yielding some results, starting from the top. I see. The first one that happened, we are not, it was Prophet Key. Now Prophet Key is behind by for insulting women. So when we're talking about values, cultural values, societal value norms, that's what we mean. Have a decent society, a society where your people will acknowledge other nations with cherish, not a country where everybody gets up in the morning. The first thing is to curse their neighbors, curse their government, curse their government official. There are many channels that we can use to address our grievances, with the exception of being abusive, being so much brutal. That is not what we want in our nation. A nation coming from war. All right. So we will let you know the topic when you call in, but we just want to go through our teaching, our presentation. We'll do it very short. I just want to remind you, we don't want to lose concentration or focus on what we do on this platform. Share with others. I want you to share a lot. Share with a lot of people, please, because this is very important for us. So we have been discussing a lot of topics here. We talk about remain saver as a citizen, a good citizen. Value norms is the one we've been talking about a lot. We talk about as a good citizen. I think the first one we talked about, Chris, was about um, being informed. A good citizen must be informed.
Wow,
Again,
very good repeated.
again. Yeah, right, Chris? We talk
Yeah,
about being informed, right?
yeah, brain very sharp.
Oh yeah, my
Uh,
brains are very sharp. I tell my boys, these
Borrow,
children, Chris, let me just tell you a little thing about these children. The education, my little children, my boys, sometimes you go to them, you see them over there. The children, I told them to focus. When when I'm having conversation with them, I usually let them know everything you do, it looks simple. Get as a business person, get a diary book, you know. The pocket diary book, pull in your pocket, everything you do, record it. When I was doing accounting as minor at the University of Liberia, they told us whatever that is not recorded did not happen. Any transaction that is not recorded, it didn't happen. It's not true. So you be lying. So I encourage the children. It's not only in accounting, but it's very important as for your own life to take stock of what you're doing. But each children, and and when I remind them of the time of the day, they say, but I thought, I said, no, I didn't eat my school fee with Carla Pepper. Those days, I don't know whether Chris, you ever, you ever ate the beans. When you go to school, those days, they used to cook those round beans. You know, I guess maybe, but when they cook that beans in the morning, people come to sell at the time where at the at the at the school.
Sleepy.
Very young. No, what are you talking about? Split peas. The country one is a round one. They boil it. They pull it on. They grow it on the farms. When the people grow their rice, they pull it among the rice and they harvest. It's a tree that grows and they bear those beans, in those small pockets and thing. It's a round beans, and you cook it nicely with some boni, like Liberian we call it, dry fish. And people come to sell it in the morning. I was little, I did, small boy, you know, and I used to amaze that. Even when your friends buy some, you you want to. So I would tell them, look, I didn't eat my school fee with the beans. I remember, when you hear myself have a conversation, I remember. And Chris, sometimes I really sometimes put you on the wall on some certain things, certain things that we discuss privately. But don't forget anyway. So we talk about inform, and then we talk about not only being informed, but get involved.
Yeah.
You are informed as a good citizen. Some of the noise that going all around today in Monrovia, some of you are you are not even following. You don't have the real information. Some of you are basing your decision on hearsay and say. You have not been able to follow the right information. That's why we teach, we present, and we said, be mindful of the information that you have. Be mindful how you put that information in the public. So if you don't know any information, make sure you find out. Make sure the information, the source of that information is genuine. Know the history. We talk about all those things as a good citizen. We are not going to talk here about plenty of money. Oh, you get this money, government. No, no. We are teaching you little things. You may overlook them. Some of you will say, but what the guys are saying? We should be talking about, the government, this government, that. No, the country can only change by teaching the right thing. If you don't teach the right thing to, especially this generation that coming up, they will also mess up. So our responsibility, once we have acquired the knowledge, it is important to pass it on to the younger folks. So today we're just we'll try to introduce to you what we call promote the common good. All right, we talk about being informed as a good citizen, get involved, volunteer services in your community. Don't sit on the fence and say, let them do it. We talk about collaboration. All right. We talk about collaboration. And that was very important. We talk about you being open. It's also about collaboration. Stay open to compromise. Remain saver. Whatever you do, stop insulting other people. Don't start discussing something and then, oh, you foolish, you stupid, you this. Those are bad words. As a good citizen, that should not be a conversation. If you're having a tough conversation, you listen to each other. No cussing in it. No, don't cuss. It doesn't bring any good thing in your conversation. Conversation should be focused on the issue, not personality. Don't say, oh, you, Mr. This, you that. No, even as a government official, as elected official, when you're discussing something, right, Chris? Focus on the issue. But sometimes I hear somebody, and that's one of the things, my people, watch what you say. If you don't watch what you say, someday you will say something and get you in a serious trouble that you cannot survive, and you will regret why you said it. Remember, when people are healing you, people are putting you up. Oh yeah, you be careful. Be careful. Not everything you should participate. Not everything you should talk about. As a sensible person, experienced person, don't make statements so quickly. Be careful. All right. So we're talking about all of those things we'll talk about. And we'll talk, Chris, I think we'll talk about reject violence, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah. And I remember you even talk about it many times. And our focus also were on, you remember what it was about? Yeah, we can talk. It's not, I'm not the only person on the show. So you have to help me too.
we're talking about like
Mob violence.
mob violence.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes, and also that we're talking about also the people that talking about protests. Like protest should be peaceful.
Yeah.
Don't incite. Don't everything
Right.
goes civil in discussion. That you're talking about
Right.
everything was violence and you're very
And,
educated. Very educated.
and I said, Chris, also on this side here, certain time we saw some little packet of violence, but most of the protests on this side, One person can protest. I'm telling you, you will see some of these
Yeah,
people, the citizen, when they
but
feel
because matter
like,
sometimes I get ready one because the last time I saw someone say no to King protest, I see that thousands of people protesting. And sometimes you see thousands of people protesting. You go low like protest, next day you finish. Everybody will be peaceful. I don't know how you
oh
get ready.
yeah, but you
How
had
do
to
people
go
outside?
to,
How do people outside? I
you
get
can't
driven.
spend.
Yeah,
Some people they go there for minutes. Some they go for the protest for a few hours because it's not that you don't want you have a work to do. You have responsibility, other things to do, but you want to share with those who are doing it. Just want to support them, give them support, and say, look, what you're doing is good. I have seen here many corners, many intersections.
yeah. So
I
you
have
see one
seen
person protest, two,
one
three
person.
person.
I'm telling you, a citizen will write on the binder. When they write on the binder and they put up something there, uh, start deportation, or some would say, stop, drugs addiction. They'll put their poster up, and those various intersection people, other citizens that see that, some of them take picture, they make follow up, they support what if the issue is about the society, they support it. When they go home, they make research. They say, okay, who can we talk to about this issue? You know, so it's so peaceful when sometimes I'm not saying,
Yeah,
because
those
somebody
sometimes
would say,
most often, yeah, most
because
often.
somebody will say, well, oh, America too, we have seen some, yes, true. Some states, some people, sometimes they have been violent, but on the on the overall, it's just very peaceful. Very,
Yeah,
very peaceful, and they don't stop them. And other citizens will support them. Sometimes they clap for them. We know what they're doing, but they're doing in a civilized way. They don't just do it because they want to protest. They know when to protest. What are they protest? You will never see in the Western world. You never see somebody just get in the street to protest without a genuine reason. You will never see, even the state I'm in. You know, you will see if somebody is talking about stop abortion. Yes, that's a genuine thing they discuss in this country. So there are two political parties that really on that issue. One support, one say, well, you can't tell people what to do. The other one say, no, you are killing children. So you see supporters of each group. Sometimes you see them on campuses, school, university campuses. These days I think SUP have turned into, I don't know what kind of student political party is that? It's just students. It's a students party. You can have there are many good things that SUP have done, but they are going to extreme. They're forgetting about other good things they're supposed to be doing. You know, there are certain issues that over there at that university they can get involved with. All right. Send you a national body also. Also is the all student, university student, government. Why not? Have a plan. You know, if you say school is not open, there are stakeholders. What are the stakeholders? You have the university authority. You have colleges. You have deans. You have all these people. You have the student body. In fact, the students, I think, represented on the university council. So all these things, you channel all your grievances, have a dialogue. Every time you put these, I felt sorry, Chris. We're talking about promote common good. These things we're talking about, they are all example of common good. I would say common good, okay? I was very, 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 I felt so bad. I felt disappointed. I saw one of the student, the university student, a lady, and it's that she almost went off. I don't know what happened. They were in the street, and then she fell. I saw the police, and I don't know, she was running away, but then she fell off and could not even breathe.
Hmm.
No way to breathe. And why will you put yourself in that situation? Those boys, they got their bones are still strong. You follow those boys to run in the street, you fall off. Now, if something happened to her, they will say, well, the government, you know, kills students at the university. Why should you put yourself in that situation as a young lady? It's good to demonstrate. But that running alone, right now, Liberia, you know, you that running alone, you are dehydrated. You don't even have water to drink. Y'all take the people in the street, you don't got no water to give them, the students, even when they're falling. All these things you got to organize them properly before you even get in the street and say, we want to demonstrate. It's good to protest, it's very good. But prepare also for these students. And I'm not in any way supporting, we're not supporting government, but I think the government should do more to help the University of Liberia. That's the only university we have. But dialogue is very important. We passed at that university when the former President Taylor was president at the time. And I'm telling you, you don't even know some of the struggles that some of us went through. The students will be overpacked in the class. And I'm telling you, many days, Chris, I stood outside far away from the blackboard. I couldn't even hear the professor think what the professor is saying. I would be so frustrated. And who will you ask? Everybody that's standing, people, those are in the classroom standing, jamming, pushing. The atmosphere is so bad. Look, you know, something, if the government is not able to run it, why not? Maybe, you know, some portion of it, give it to the private sector, you know, to help the university, you know, and pay some fees. Or probably government, what government could do also, you know, give student loans to students, you know. If they are enrolling at the University of Liberia when they graduate, they go and work for government. If you give them loan for their education, I know it'd be difficult. Government doesn't have much, but just to ease some of the private, those who want to go to private colleges, when you graduate, you sign that document. Well, as soon as you graduate, you go and work for government. If government sponsor you for 4 years, I'm telling you, you work for the 4 years, you know, it could be a help as well. So it's very important, very, very important for the government to do so. And I hope the government can do a lot. So talking about promote common good in your community, wherever you live. Promoting common good is very, very important. And we just want to introduce that, and it means um, cultivating common good, cultivating shared values. All right. Fostering community participation. You know, I mean, cultivating me, it's just like promoting. It means, you know, working out, involving people in your community. You all have the same shared values. All right. Same shared value. Fostering community participation, encouraging other people to get involved, and supporting structures that enable all members to thrive, succeed, to do better. So that's the common good. The common good. So what's the common good of the nation Liberia? Right now, you have a situation at the border. Now you can make use of this. We are in this the presentation we are talking about. Common good. What could be the common good for the nation when the nation is challenged with a crisis? And that crisis is the border issue, Liberia and Guinea border issue. What is the common good for Liberia? What is something, a shared value that all of us, whether you're from Lofa, you're from Nimba, and solidarity, Grace, you know, Grace is important. When the issue started, in Lofa, people, from other counties, I heard people from Nimba, I heard people from Maserado, from different counties saying that, government, if you need us, we can help in this way, in that way. You know, the common good of the nation now is peace. So each person participating, working together, we don't have to be from the same family. We don't have to be from the same political party. We don't have to be from the same church or mosque. Well, I don't have to be a Christian or Muslim or a pagan or traditional person. It doesn't require those things. What it requires is one objective, peace. So that would be the common good. At this time in the country, how can you promote that common good, which is peace? I don't know, Chris, whether you have listened to a lot of people too. I see, sometimes I see Spoon FM, the journalists out there interviewing people to ask them what they think about the situation, and people give their different perspective, which is important. Majority of the people are saying it's a good thing for government to use the diplomatic means. The only concern for me I had was that in as much you were doing negotiating, working behind the scene, my concern was you should inform the people on a daily basis the progress, the challenges that you are having. You don't have to discuss what you call for security reason. What's the word? Um, Classify information. So from those discussions, classify information, you can keep them, but you inform the people, in their languages, dialects, so they'll be able to know the progress, the challenges the government is faced in resolving the issue. But on the overall, the common good is maintain peace. We'll talk about more of this, a lot of it, as we do our presentation here. But we warn you, we'll open the lines. You can make your contribution. You want to say something on promoting the common good. How can you promote common good in the midst of these challenges? What can you do? And the common good is for Liberia right now, and the situation, border situation, is peace messages, promoting peace and love. That's why whether you are from Unity Party, ANC, it doesn't matter. If there is no peace in Liberia, stability in that country, no party will exist. No political party will exist if there is instability in Liberia. No party will ever exist. So that's why it's important. It's very, very important that, we all get together and support the peace process, that everybody is talking about. Any deviation, anything you say against that, that means you don't love your country. You don't want your country to be in peace. And mind you, there are many Liberians who have invested a lot into different things. They want to live in peace. They don't want to be running here and there. I believe that, Chris. That's it. That's the reality. Right, Chris? Chris, can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm getting you.
So, yeah, let's try to open the lines and hear. The focus is, you know, on common good. Common good. What are you doing to maintain that common good in your community? Or what have you done to promote that? And also, if you want to share with us, on the issue of the former lawmaker being expelled, We can share because I know people. I don't care what you do; they want to say something about it. But the way we want you to say it, all right, today, today, I we are not looking at the bad side of the young man. If you can call in, just say the good side of it. I don't want you to call in. We'll find another time, maybe the next program, and look at. We want to focus on the positive side of things. So we don't want to get into the negative side. You know that. I don't have to ask you, but I want to know from you what is that good side you ever remember from a lawmaker about, and what does it mean for you? Because every time people will say, "Oh, the government, if the legislature, they corrupt, they're not doing the right thing." The decision they took, is it right? How do you feel about it? Are you satisfied? Do you want to see more of that happening in different circumstances? Let us know, you know. But hey, please don't call in here. Even if we don't have any call tonight, please don't call. We'll cut you off. If you call in and start talking about bad stuff, no. We all know that he has said some bad things. And some of the things that led him to his expulsion or led him to his uh, removal from a position is the issue of the border. If I were him, he had more time. You see, sometimes when people are advising you, listen. Don't say, "Well, I will not listen to you. I will not." I think I remember one or two, because the representative, he doesn't keep anything as a secret, so you would say that's his style. So I think one time he had a press conference, he said that I think there's two representatives met him and said, Korba, you have a friend, or but you need to retract, or you need to apologize. Go on radio and apologize for your statement was a mistake. I think he said it like that, but he told the representative that he's not going to do it. He's not going to do it. I'm not sure if he really, really realized that this was coming, that it would have gotten him out of the place. I don't know. Or maybe he may have, the usual posture, I'm the guy in the house, But again, it's history now. It is history. He'll be remembered as, those of you who doing service or you're doing history, children, you will read tomorrow that there was a representative called Yeke Koluba, who made such a statement against against his own government, and he got in trouble, and he was expelled from the parliament. I don't know. It's the first time, Chris. You guys are in Liberia. Is this the first ever event or something that happened to a certain representative in Liberia? I had to make some research too.
Yes, myself were trying to. I think so that they say I know one person that.
But anybody, if you have that information, please let us know. Educate us also so that we know. But when you call in, what's a good thing you can remember from a lawmaker, Yeke Koluba? I fell for him today. I really fell for him. But
there's something that you're challenging or something
that is dead, man. He know within himself. When he came out of the place, I listened to the interview video. I asked him. He said, "Yeah, but it doesn't matter. I can lose my job. They can expel me. I will still be a citizen. I will still be here." Those were positive things that he was saying. But again, I would have thought that, he would have just gone home, reflect on it, and see the next chapter of his life. But instead, again, our brothers, You see why it's important, Chris? We're talking to rehabilitate these brothers. Most of these brothers that are behind are people that don't even know from left to right. They just got behind singing, Koroba, Jose Imabaka. I don't even want to say that because that old lady have gone so long time, boyfriend, whatever you stay one be, and also for our young people, you have to educate the people as a representative. That's why to even see a representative publicly drinking, don't you know that is wrong? Smoking, drinking, or causing? Yes. In Western country, advanced country, look, you are a role model. And right now, I can tell you from the Democratic Party, there's one congressman, he was accused of harassment, sexual harassment. He was forced to resign. And there are a couple of them from the Republican Party, people are now pointing fingers at. When they talk about you that you have done this, you'll be forced. I'm not even talking about you being expelled. Here, so people had to learn to do things in a civilized way. Civilized way. I thought you would have just gone, don't even do any press conference now, nothing. Relax yourself, cool it down, and life goes on. I know he said he has some buildings, London or where, even that you are, be careful with your mouth what you say. Chris, what the Bible say about this tongue? But go to the line, Chris. I don't want you to preach tonight. Go to the line. But there's something that Bible talks about the tongue. All these things we're talking about, why people be investigating, I start investigating. You got a house in London in days. How did you build a house in London? So is it when you were a rebel at the time you did it? Or when you became representative? Claude, just keep quiet. When something happens, just keep quiet. Go rest yourself and stop talking too much. All right. Let us know the good thing about the former lawmaker, Yeke Koroba. Anybody can be a bad person, but maybe there's that one good thing you ever remember him about.
Folks, again, you can place your card and people like we see on your discussion here. About what you can do to promote the common good of a community and our nation at last. And of course, you can give your thought, your say on Honorable Yeke Koroba, the former lawmaker. Today, he was expelled from the House of Parliament. We want to hear you. Folks, the number to call 0777 959 959. 0777 959 959. 0777 959 959. 0777 959 959. Please your call 0777. That's your first caller here. Hello, caller. What do you call for?
Yeah, hello, Qatar, we are calling from.
Yeah, sir.
Yeah, I only want to make my lawmaker to understand somebody that.
No, not understand, please. What is the good thing you remember him about?
Hello?
Yeah.
Is it what's one of the good things you will remember you get called out for in the house?
Yeah, I've been one person, I've been very straight to the point. Even though I stand some of in the way for his presentation, but I expect Yakoba, it was not the right thing for the country. Well, why it cost for the country is that before another expensive for the country, what they should have been taken, and then you have to do another by-election, we will call it another $1 million.
Man, you can leave the topic. Chris, tell them, man, what is the good thing you remember about him? Today, we're not talking about what government going to spend for by-election. Hi, Liberians.
Zero triple seven nine five
Come
nine
on.
nine five nine. Zero triple seven nine five nine nine five nine.
What's a good thing you remember about him? That's all.
And where do you call from? Oh, a person not ready. Oh yes, 0777959. Please, make sure some of the good things that you remember. You get called over. What we talk this. Yeah, call another call from.
I'm calling Bago.
Yeah, sir. What are some of the good things you remember? You get called over for. Lost that call. Call another call from.
Hello?
Yeah, where do you join us from?
Connor Howard, 11th Street.
Let's hear you.
Yeah. I remember the former honorable mayor, because he used to make us to know something where we used to hear before. I think he was the last to make us to know about something there.
Advocacy. Thank you.
Thank you.
That's good. Let's take another call.
0777959 0777959 0777959 I hear you. That is called. Hello, caller. Do you call from?
I'm just calling from Church Street.
Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah, one thing I really used to love the common lawmaker, Honorable Yeshe Koluba, is that for his information, because there are some information that he usually bring about that we can even be expecting, and for a bonus, yeah.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Bonus, okay.
All right.
Thank you.
Hello, caller. Do you call from?
Hello?
Yeah, where do you join from?
Yeah, so I'm Connor Howard. I'm from 11th Street.
Yeah, yeah, sir.
Yeah, so I remember the lawmaker. Yeah, but in the house.
Okay, in the progress of secret information.
Yeah, like you get some information because I don't know that he was there.
Not talking about that today. We're talking about Yega
My
Koluba.
man, we're talking about
Yeah, was the real less.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
07779. Now, my people, listen.
Chris.
It's very simple.
Chris.
Yeah.
You see,
You know
this is why why most Liberians fail interview at the embassy.
No, most of the
very, very simple. At the embassy when you go there, people ask you question, yes or no question. They ask you to explain. You tell the people, just come in. What and they talking? We're talking about Deloitte here. We're not talking about this program is very educative, and all of us, you can correct us if we go wrong. Let's make it. Just follow the direction.
Yeah, when I say some of the things, some of the good things that you remember, you can force some of the good things that you're discussing a bad side.
Don't discuss here. What money government that your business where government gonna get money? They're not our business. We'll find another time to discuss that. What they're gonna find money.
Yeah, money as I calling home.
Yeah, what are some of the good things that you remember you get for us?
Well, yeah, they were very good. You get Koluba. You see what you are doing to bring government power. I think you are too good.
Okay, so what campaigning for government? Okay, thank you. Campaigning.
0777959 077. I mean, what? we too addicted to politics. They found up here promote a common good. All right, bro. Hello, caller. Do you call for?
Hello.
Yeah, no, do you call for?
Can go some of the Unity Party International Bureau.
Yeah, what are some of the good things that you remember you get for?
No good thing I can remember.
Okay, then bye-bye. See you. Bye-bye. Go to Unity Party radio station, go talk that one.
Chris,
people, you see, that's why you talk about being tolerant. You have to, it's not, the person doesn't have to talk the way you talk. They don't have to be in your political party. They don't have to support you, but it does not mean that, I don't care how bad somebody is, there is
Yes.
some good thing about them
Mhm.
that you want to remember. We're not talking politics here. We're talking about real human, as a human being. Now, if you were the one they expelled today, all right. So everybody should just say you not good. You didn't do nothing. No, you have done some good things. Let us know the good things that you have done, so that the bad things later on you can work on the bad things. We're not asking you to tell us the bad thing he did, because almost everybody know. We are asking you because most often in Liberia or some other places, people don't remember people for the good thing. They remember people for the bad things,
Yes.
especially in the kind of political, heated political environment. So you're not looking at the good that the president have done, only the bad thing, which of course I know he violated the Constitution. So, but we're not talking about that today. We are talking about, as a human being, you yourself, he as Kaloba, anybody for that matter, what good thing you will remember him for? I know you remember him for the talking, all the things he. But what one good thing you can remember him for? And you from the United Party, you call here, you said nothing. He didn't campaign for the United Party, huh? You can't be ungrateful, even though he did wrong. Everybody know. We all agree. But is there anything good that you remember him about? Come on. A good country is a country that accepts what kind of thing. Accept the good, the wrong thing. As a manager, you don't always go on your people talking about the bad things. Praise them of the good things, and then later on you help them to work on the bad things and improve. That's how it works. It's not a Liberian way where you only think politics every day. No, 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 no. There are some other good things. Let's hear the good things.
Hello, where do you call from?
Yeah, my name is Martin Paul, calling from 540 Peace Island.
Yeah, sir.
Yeah, I only remember you got called back for 70 in the house and full of too much violence.
All right, thank you.
All right. Yeah,
Wow,
what a
yeah, I remember.
good. Oh, Liberia. Our people are interesting. Very interesting. If you don't have any good thing, they don't call. But once you call, we are asking you on this platform.
Good evening.
Yeah, Korean, where do you call from?
Yeah, I'm calling you from FDA District 4. My name is Scotty, my Prince Small.
Yeah, sir.
Well, for me, I remember Honorable Koliba for a consistency in being unruly. Notwithstanding, he's a lawmaker that was elected by people. But for one fact, I remember him for his consistency.
Very good. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Consistency.
Chris, hold on, Chris. I know these people are going to call. Don't mind these people, Chris. They're going to call. Wonderful people they're going to call. What we are doing tonight, Chris, and I want you to also, all of us are learning. If you want a country to move forward, don't always think that people are going to think the way you think. They have a different way of thinking. They have different way of approaches. But approaches that cross the boundary of societal norms, cultural norms, the Constitution, those are unacceptable. We agree. But does that mean that this person didn't have any good thing? This man, I know, and I agree, one way or another with the decision of the House. All right? But he has some good attributes. Our concern, this platform concern is we want to know the good things about him. We don't want to know the bad things. You want to work on him on the bad things, go and help him. But we are asking you, I love the colors. One said advocacy. Did he do it? Yes. Did he do it to your taste the way you want it? It may not be. But he did for other people. And that was not wrong. It was not against Constitution. Somebody said, Chris, they said campaign. Did he have to campaign for people to come to power? Yes, he did. I saw him. Unity Party. He used his own motorbike money he had. He bought motorbike. He went Grand G Day. He went all over the place. Is that a good thing? Yes, it's a good thing. You can remember him for. Don't be mean. Even though he made his own mistake, he didn't control himself. But you can't be that mean to him and you just say he didn't do anything. No, it's wrong. He did some good things. Chris, go ahead.
Hello, you know you call from?
President Lowe.
Yeah, sir.
But I started admiring Yeke Koloba from the days of the crisis with Fanatic Kofa. He stood for the law. And on that basis, I started following him. And I started reasoning in myself that this individual in question, I think in my right mind, history will read about this brother and he will be remembered for standing for cause, and especially for the interest of the Liberian people. Most of the time, this brother utterances always have to do with things that will make impact in the life of the Liberian people. Just by he had his own personal individual problem, but this brother for me, I really, really admire him up to the extent I think that his removal I see as one of the biggest losses that this government will have until their 6 years will come to an end. So this brother, I extend my appreciation to him for his service, and I tell him that as he left, as his friend has.
Thank you, my brother.
Thank you.
077 there you 077 959 Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, no do go from.
My name is Joseph David Akwaba Wako.
There you sir.
Yeah. The good thing I know about Honorable Yeke Koloba, former lawmaker, he was one of the bold persons in the house and talk on behalf of citizens.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
077 959 today. Please, we are looking at the better side or the good things that you remember of the former representative Yeke Koloba. We know that he had his own ugly win in bad side, but tonight we're not looking at that. We're just looking at the better side, the good side of Honorable Yeke Koloba for that. Hello, Colonel, do you call from? You do Lower City, marked out, headset.
Yeah, hello?
Yeah, where do you call from?
My name is Peter. I'm calling my brother.
Yeah.
Yeah, Yeke Koloba was someone like me to talk on you and really, and I already used to admire him when you do like bad, he used to talk against it. Yeah, but the one you say now, I got Lupa, I grew up for Guinea.
Okay. Bonus, everybody bonus. Okay. Advocacy, thank you.
Yeah.
Hello, Colonel, do you call from?
Yeah, how you doing?
Yeah, no, the job, sir.
Okay, well, this.
Oh, Hello, do you call from?
Good evening, my name is Emmanuel Johnson.
Yeah, sir.
I'm calling from Majibi.
Why? What are some of the good things that you remember for Yeke? Koroba.
Yeah, Honorable Yeke Koloba was the lawmaker that I know in the country that hit on the straight point.
Okay.
Speak the truth. It is speak point.
Truth, right? Okay.
0777 959 959 0777 959 959 0777 959. That's very interesting. Hello, Colonel, do you call from?
Good evening. My name is Chief Vasco Piulati. I do join you from district number 12, Mazurala County.
There you go. Ahead.
So, the former lawmaker really is admiring one advocacy to very bold and fearless. When it comes to advocacy, all of the things that Yeke said can always come to pass. Like, let's throw light on the former regime when you remember the rice crisis, during former President Weah time, from where it was Yeke, like Kimon Air said, the government has arrest, in challenging the government in 2 days. In less than 2 days, we saw arrests start floating all around the country, So that's one thing I really love about Yeke, in the house. So Yeke after in the house is a lot of gap.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello, Colonel, another you call from?
Hello?
Yeah, another join from, sir.
Yeah, follow you, Dikbo. I'm calling you from Bannersville, Quebec.
Quiet.
Thank you so much. I admire the former representative, Yeke Koloba, the energy. I remember him. He used to say, when the ball bounced, rule change. He was somebody that was so forceful.
To the Bob
Yeah. So you remember your dad. That's good.
He said, me a man, he Koloba. So he's a society man, he can never say something and change. I can't change,
Yeah,
I
you
really
see that? That's good. That's a good observation.
He used to say. Thank you very much.
Thank
Bob
you.
will change. The routine of the mail. 0777 959 959 0777 959 959. Let's hear you. Hello, Colonel, do you call from?
Yeah, this is Prince Woodon calling from Yuma County.
Yeah, sir.
Yeah, well, Yeke Koloba, they look for their own problem in the country.
My man, what a good thing you want to talk about the man.
All around here.
What's a good thing? Don't waste our time, man.
0777 959 959
These people, I don't know, they were able to pass in their exam in school.
0777 959 959. Hello, Colonel, do you call from?
Simple instruction they gave you.
Hello, these people.
Let's hear you, sir.
I'm calling from Kawai.
What are some of the good things you remember you get called over?
Oh, what I get remember Yeke Koloba you make more relevant to get to know about lawmaker salary.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
0777 959 959 0777 959. Hello, Colonel, do you call from?
Good evening, how are you?
I'm fine. Let's hear you, sir.
The name is Randolph Lavelli. I call regarding the Yeke Koloba issue today.
No, we are just discussing Jerry Morin, the Gusa, or Yeke Koloba. What are some of the
Yes,
things
he has played a very good role in the Liberian politics.
Tell
And
us
I
which one.
was every eminent Liberian to be like Yeke Koloba. The one that they call rightly the guy named Koloba from the traditional inn in Lofa County and Dallas Bible. He's a society man and he remains constant.
All right, thank
So
you, sir.
all of his advocacies he made in this country, he remain constant no matter who you are, your status or your possession, you don't care. When A is supposed to be A remain B.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Fearless. Okay.
0777 959 959 0777
Uncompromising.
Hello, do you call from?
Yeah, I'm Preston B. Mary calling you from Johnsonville.
Let's hear you.
The former lawmaker, Honorable Yeke Koloba, I used to admire him with his boldness. When it comes to, he once said that he should audit the horse. He also went as far as saying that even the horse, they should do drug tests within the house. I used to admire him for those things. But it's just that the police never used to agree with me. Sometimes they don't used to allow for a boss to be here in their chamber.
Thank you.
So
Thank
these
you.
are the things that I used to really admire in him.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. 0777 now give us 7 minutes to go. 0777
We give 2 or 3. The rest is for us to close.
Edo call another call from.
Oh, I'm in Maricopa and I'm phoning from the community.
There you is, sir.
Yeah, yeah, for my reflection on him, he me one of the representatives I consider to be consistent with the advocacy.
Thank you. Consistent.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Honorable go through consistent. If they can say name the pass I get to him then I time now looking at Gusa. Edo call another call from.
Yeah, good evening.
Yeah, another call from, sir. You call for by the travel line.
Okay, my name is Mohammed Sponsor for Fana Chimonion.
From
A member
Swa-
of the consent,
Is it from where?
I said my name is Mohammed Donzo Fana Jr.
Go ahead, Donzo.
Well, sometimes, we really wonder how our entire country is going.
I'm not discussing country about that. Discuss that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is the good thing you remember about Koluba?
I want you to get through the discussion.
No, what is the good thing you remember about Koluba? That's what I want you to say, please.
That all I want to say.
Okay. He was a static character that doesn't change. Anything he says, he meant by his word. And from today on,
Thank you.
those represented in that house.
Thank you,
Thank you, my man.
thank you. You're too political. We're not here about politics. We're talking about real human stuff. You're the whole day politics.
Hello, Colonel call from.
My name is Jero Akana Jina, following the program from Bomikande.
That's the answer.
You get called to be one of the committee lawmakers in the legislature for now, from the 5th day to the 5th day legislature.
Committed, thank you.
All right, thank you, committee lawmaker.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, okay, well, we have 5 more minutes to go. But they want 2?
Yeah, take 2 more.
0777 959 959 0777 959. Today, please, we are looking at they make it be worse than what's about Ling got some level. Let's hear you.
Yeah, good evening.
Yeah, go in, sir.
Yeah, my name is Pastor Daniel Kere.
Yeah.
I call you from District 10.
Yeah, Pastor, yeah.
Oh, that's good from the district. Tell us.
I know about the former lawmaker. You were not on no committee.
Okay.
No committee.
That's the only group that knows about him.
Yeah.
You were not on
No committee member.
according to him, the committee corrupt, according to him.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you were
No
not on
committee member.
So the only thing I admire about him.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I don't know committee. I know good sir. Pastor again. Okay, but I do our closing.
So who pushing you on the wall? Is it Tuzon? Is it Tuzon that pushing you out?
No, no.
Yeah, we have 4 minutes. Take the last call that will go.
Down Friday and I'm pushing me on the wall.
I know what he doing. Go ahead.
No, it's too not even in the studio. Yeah.
No, I'm joking. I'm kidding.
Yes, other.
And then call, take one more. Let's go. One we can go.
If
not, we can conclude.
0777 959 959 0777.
No lady have called. So if a lady call, we can pick up. Let's go ahead. Chris, let's start from you. Anything? What's your final comment?
My final comment, like Erectly said, we should promote the common good of our community. Even though you discuss a lot of things, but people don't care now. They just want to discuss But how to be also talk about watching our tone, watching our words. Sometimes we should not let them be angered or they ought to say things that later on we might regret. And also, like but the case of Yeke that today we are discussing, the good side of Yeke is that like that's what the caller say Yeke Ben, someone that consistent
Yeah.
when it come to consistent in opposition. Let me say opposition. Yeah, because but during the former president Wiata, he was consistent in against the bad practices at that time. In his government, that he fought to bring the power again. They being consistent again, also criticizing the wrong thing too that the government may have done. So, in terms of consistency in that area, I'm seeing Yeke have been very consistent. Also, in being vocal on issue that nobody can just turn him down. That
All right.
yes, so far.
Thank you. Because of time, we can't take any call. Thank you, callers, for calling. We love to see this. Our focus is on the positive side. All right. Negative is always something that people can work on and change. I believe the former honorable man will have done more for himself. Listen to advice. I don't care who you are, make sure you have somebody who you can listen to, someone who can advise you. It doesn't matter whether you engineer, preacher, or whatever. Have that person in your life. We talk about that here. Someone who can be your advisor, your role model, that will help you tomorrow when you have this kind of situation. Consult first before you say a word. I believe Honorable got himself into that trouble, he himself. And I know he will reflect on it and realize that it is not caused by anybody, by himself. But again, these are the good things. We say have a wonderful and pleasant time. Time is caught up with us. We'll catch you again. Tomorrow we'll be here at 12 with the other program, the Great News Class. Have a wonderful and pleasant time. Thank you, Christopher, for being there for us. Leave you with our theme song.
When freedom raised her glowing form on Mount Sorato's verdant height, she sat within a doom of a night, met lowering stars and thunderstorms, the star of liberty, unceasing from the wicked war, its banner shield of golden flame, she lifted it in a proud name and raised her people